When God remembers you for a blessing, new doors would be open for you and favors would be springing up for you from different areas. You would begin to experience favor from all around you. People will begin to call you for greater opportunities. You may be experiencing such favor from people you know or people you don't know. The impossible will begin to happen and things will be working out for your good. Doors that were once closed to you will be getting open, and it'll begin to happen easily. This is God's way of doing His things. Things that you had to struggle to get would be coming to you on a platter of gold. These things are signs that God has remembered you for a blessing, and He's bringing a big blessing to your path. When financial provisions and opportunities are showing up unexpectedly, even from sources that you don't know or don't expect, it's because you've been remembered for a blessing. God is sorting out your case and He's separating you for greater favors. You will notice bigger favors than you used to have before. Several people would want your services and would be willing to pay you bountifully for it. The favor you're receiving from men will be bringing several multiplications your way. You'll notice that you're surrounded by God's favor all around. And even when you go in search of opportunities, people would be willing to hand them over to you without stress. People around you would be interested in what you're doing and would even want to sponsor your business and career. This is God's remembrance shining upon you. You're His child, and He will continue to favor you in His sight and the sight of man. If you're experiencing favor, new doors and opportunities, it's because you've been remembered for a blessing. Because you're on the edge of getting your blessings, the favors will be unending, and you won't be able to deny it. Pay attention to this sign, because it is God showing you that He's opening doors of blessings for your sake. You will notice that the things you're doing recently are prospering. They'll be going well and things will be falling into place for you. For example, if you have a business in mind to do, you may notice that resources for the project or business are coming in with more ease than you could have imagined. The favor around you has increased so much that people around you begin to testify about it. These new doors and favors maybe stream in after you've experienced a period of rejections and disappointments. You may notice that the favors and new doors are only streaming after you've just passed through a prolonged period of hardship. If this is the case, then it is surely God that has remembered you for a blessing. Remember that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. When God remembers you for a blessing, He may decide to send His direct word to you. This word is a way of comforting you and putting your heart to rest. God may plan to bless you abundantly through a vision or a dream. He can also show you His plans through the Scriptures. The Scriptures are God's holy map, and it's how God shows us what to do. You may have a recurring verse or promise of God echoing in your head over time and again. This is God's assurance and confirmation for what He's bringing towards you. If God sends you His word through your pastor or the spiritual leader He's placed over you such that they come to express God's heart and desire for the abundant blessings He has in mind for you, then God has remembered you for a blessing. God can also send His word to you by pointing you to the other people around you, that He's blessed so that you know that He's still in the business of blessing the righteous. If you notice any of these, it's because you've been remembered for a blessing. Don't be insensitive to God's words toward you. When God has remembered you for a blessing, you would notice that you feel the urge to pray more often than you used to pray. This is God's way of making sure that your faith will receive what He's bringing your way. You would feel the urge to go and pray, and there would be a surge of faith that things are going to change for good. Your spirit would be uplifted, and you'll constantly feel happy about what's coming your way. You may notice that when you pray, you're praying with greater faith and boldness than you used to. You may also notice that you just feel the need to spend longer times praying to God than you used to before. If God has remembered you for a blessing, you would notice that you somehow found out that you're gravitating towards praying about getting blessed. God knows that He's bringing blessings your way, so He stirs you up to pray so that He can get you to begin to set things right to align for the breakthrough to happen. You will experience peace in unexplainable ways. There would be a calmness from within your souls, and you would feel peace. This is because God's blessing is coming. You would notice that whenever you pray, you'll feel peace regarding your current situation, and you feel so calm as though someone has told you that everything will be okay. This peace is because you've surrendered all to God, and He will surely bring things to pass. When God has remembered you for a blessing, you will experience a sense of peace when you're praying about your finances, spiritual lives inside of you, and He's confirming and attesting to the fact that God is bringing a big blessing your way. Because He wants you to recognize that you've been remembered for a blessing, He will let great peace transcend your heart and mind. Whenever you pray about getting blessed, you will feel like you're already being blessed. This will be your conscience, and it's because God is bringing a blessing your way. Each time you think about your financial situation, you will feel calm and remember that God is working on it. You won't be second-guessing or having doubts. Things like, will it happen and when will things get better, will not cross your mind. Your mind will stay on God because you now know that He holds your future. If you're experiencing this, God has remembered you for a blessing. One way you can know that you've been remembered for a blessing is that you'll suddenly have a desire for new and bigger things. This is because God is sending blessings your way, and you are aligning with it. You may even notice a sense of dissatisfaction at the current level that you are. You will feel unsettled and dissatisfied with what you're doing, not because you're greedy or not content with what you have, but just because you can feel that bigger things are coming your way. You may realize that your drive for your current level is reducing and you keep craving more. This desire signifies that God has remembered you for a blessing. Rejoice, He's bringing good things your way. This sudden desire for more is because God has opened His doors of remembrance upon you, and He wants you to prosper in the new things He's bringing your way. Like I said earlier, this desire is not greediness or a lack of contentment, but rather a sense of peace and assurance that great things are coming your way. It's a desire for more, a shift that only occurs in a person because God is trying to open your mind to the possibilities of the new things and great opportunities that He's bringing your way. He wants to redesign and reprogram your mindset to the best one possible. He can only give you the best when your mindset is big enough to think it. When you perceive it, He's bringing it. These are 4 signs that you've been remembered as a blessing. Are any of these signs showing up in your life at the moment? If it is, then rejoice and embrace God's hand over you. For He's bringing good things your way. Cooperate with God in continual faith so that you will receive what He's bringing your way.